were asked to research an extreme environment and present a story about the need to survive there. One or more characters will use extreme gear to help them adapt to extreme conditions. The team has also designed and created an environmental depiction of their extreme environment. I'm pleased to present the team thermally produced disembodied intelligences from Maharishi School. Audience, are you ready?
Yes.
Appraisers, are you ready?
What's the antimatter with you?
Team, are you ready?
We were born ready! From the random energy fluctuations of the space-time element.
Team, you may begin.
Does he still want to be a theoretical physicist?
Sure does.
Captain, that's no possible. Everything around us is made of antimatter.
How is that possible? Antimatter behaves exactly like normal matter. In theory, you make anything, even a human being, out of antimatter, and you wouldn't be able to tell their atoms have positive nuclei and negative outer shells. I'll run some more scans.
There's more, Captain. Our ship doesn't have any way to make oxygen.
That's crazy. We've been out here for months. We couldn't have survived more than 8 minutes without a source of fresh oxygen.
Captain, I have some crazy findings, so I made this mobile to help you understand. Besides the four forces we all know and love, well, that we all know, there's another force called dark energy, the energy of space. It creates a feedback loop of space, creating dark energy, creating space. As the universe grows older, dark energy eventually gets stronger than gravity, like it is right now, until it tears apart everything gravity holds together, from galaxies to planets. When it grows even stronger, it can tear apart atoms, nuclei, and subatomic particles. We are experiencing the end of the universe in which we are made of antimatter.
How is that possible? How did we get here?
For this one, I made sock puppets. I'm Albert Einstein. Sometimes the energy fluctuations of space are large enough to create a particle. The more massive the particle, the less likely it is to be produced, because it requires more energy. Hello, I'm Ludwig Boltzmann. Since the universe is so huge and lasts for such a long time, quantum fluctuation can create large objects, from atoms to molecules to people in a spaceship made out of antimatter.
So, near the end of the universe, quantum fluctuations just happen to create us? Our planet? Our species? Our families? They never existed?
That's right.
Oh. Well, are we in any immediate danger?
Oh, there are a few things that can kill us. First of all, we only have about 6 minutes of oxygen. If we survive that, the dark energy will start to tear apart the molecules of our ship. We also need to steer clear of any antimatter.
Antimatter?
I'm calling us antimatter because we're different from the rest of the universe. So to make things less confusing, I'm calling that stuff made out of electrons and protons antimatter.
Okay. You two, go make a plan, please. This is really gonna take some adjusting to. We are made of antimatter, and our friends and our families never actually existed. I've been trying not to think of that. Too much of that talk, and you might have to take over for me.
No, Captain, I'm sure it will never come to that. I know you're strong enough to keep on going, even though no loved ones will return. We're just drifting through a wholesale universe with nothing and no one to live for. And we'll have to move on
Right. The universe is trying to kill us. And I don't see any reason to resist.
Captain, we have a plan.
Yes.
Particles and antiparticles often appear together before traveling through time and then annihilating each other. This process could also be seen as a single particle appearing, traveling forwards in time, then turning around and traveling backwards through time as its own antiparticle. So, since we are made of antimatter compared to the rest of the universe, we are also traveling in the opposite direction through time.
How does that help us?
Turn to our good friend Puppet Einstein. Time is experienced differently from moving and stationary points of view. If we were to accelerate to nearly the speed of light, which our ship is capable of, while we experience 4 minutes, the universe outside will get billions of years younger until it's hospitable again.
Remember, even life made of antimatter couldn't survive this much dark energy.
But even in a younger universe, there's nothing there to help us survive.
Unless time fluctuations created an antimatter planet orbit around an anti-antimatter star.
But the odds against that are
And
astronomical!
here comes the vital theory of all. It's going to sound crazy.
You're a theoretical physicist. Everything you say sounds crazy.
On that note, I'd like to introduce MC Schrödinger and the cat. You can interpret quantum physics in many ways, but the multiverse theory is what will save the day. Every possibility creates its own universe. The cat is alive, and the cat is in a hearse. Now, which of these worlds does the feline experience one in which it's alive? That's common sense. So, even if there's just a small chance to survive, the chance exists, and thus we stay alive.
So we can't die.
Basically, even though there's only a minute chance that such a planet will appear, we experience the universe in which it does, because otherwise we die.
Now you're probably wondering how we are going to avoid all the antimatter out there as we travel. We can make some gear to solve that problem too.
We found an old space station nearby. One of us can go out into the antimatter pod and keep the mutinous and retrieve pieces from the station. Then we can give them a negative charge and give our ship a negative charge as well. So we will accelerate. The two like charges will repel each other so they never touch. And the shield will deflect any antimatter in our path. I made this model to show what it will look like. It uses magnets instead of electricity, but it's an idea, negative repelling negative.
That's some extremely good gear. I'll take the pod out.
I will prepare for you.
There's one more thing, Captain. The airlock is broken. So if it's open all the way, it will change the type of our hull, cut our antimatter pod, and blow up the entire ship. So when you go out, you should only open it halfway to be safe.
Noted. Well, here I am.
Why did you tell her the airlock was broken? And why did she still open it?
It's got to warn you that's all she died, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Isn't it obvious? We are all adjusting to the fact that we are alone in the universe, but she still has those false memories of our family in her head. It's driving her crazy, really.
So now what? You declare yourself captain?
As the first officer on Massing Line,
No wonder she thinks she's alone in the universe and her first officer only thinks of herself. What if instead of taking advantage of her, we actually tried to help? She's still our captain.
not anymore.
I'll mutiny before I take orders from you.
And that you won't mind if we join the captain out there, will you?
No! There.
Whoa! Mission accomplished! What is going on in here?
She was going to throw me at the airlock. She was driving you to suicide so she could declare you insane and take over the ship.
You don't deserve the honor of serving as my first officer. Lock me as required for the rest of our journey.
Yes, sir. Well, the shield's in place and are ready to accelerate at your command.
Engage engine!
Good old acceleration. It's just like having gravity again. We didn't even need our Velcro shoes. And look at all the anti-antimatter our shield is deflecting.
Universe is getting younger, so the dark energy will be weak enough for the planet to appear.
Look! Thermal production at its finest!
Captain, that planet is indeed made of antimatter and it's inhabited. Decelerate!
The planet is telling us, they say, welcome home.
They're sending a probe with cargo on board. Picking it up now.
Time.